Welcome to Play to Your Best, a series of incredible humans coming together to talk about mindset, nutrition, training, recovery. And we have the beautiful Terra Castro here with us today. Welcome, Terra.
Hi. Hi, Danielle. It's good to see you.
We are friends. We go back a long ways. And the reason I wanted so much to bring Terra into this conversation is not only because of her incredible history as an athlete, but I would say more into what you are doing now and what you're creating now in Detroit with the Body Garage, your transition from endurance training as a professional triathlete, Ironman triathlete, very decorated, successful triathlete, into a community-based, beautiful space for people to gather in Detroit. And I think that there's so much there that I'm just so excited about this conversation. And I actually don't really know where we're going to go, but I know that there's something deep and beautiful to share in how you have come to this space. So where I want to begin with you is just to tell your story, and share with us where, tell your story. How did you get here and in Detroit of all places? And,
So more of maybe the Cliff Note version. I'm born and raised in Metro Detroit, so city, Royal Oak outside of Detroit, and grew up learning to love movement from my family. So my grandparents were pro cyclists, helped build the cycling community in Detroit. So I kind of had those roots of loving to move, excelling, like high performance. And so got into triathlon in high school, moved after I graduated high school to Austin, Texas to work with a coach and to train full time. Became a professional, did this whole like ITU racing, which also Tennille did. And that's where our paths crossed, right? As we were working with the same coach. And along the way, we both started to excel. I started racing completely full time, did massage therapy at University of Texas and specialized in massage, or in elite athletes, right? So I'm moving my body, helping others take care of their bodies, not seeing that down the road, this was all going to connect, but I'm doing it, right? Like I need to make an income from racing. I hit some road bumps, right? So my marriage, got married when I was 22 to my coach, that fell apart along the way, which then brought me back to Detroit in 2014. So all this racing, retired in 2013 to try to save my marriage because I thought I could fix something that wasn't fixable. And so that was the start of learning how to rebuild my body, mind, and spirit, that I wasn't fully aware of when I was racing. Because as a high performance athlete, you're supposed to do it this way in a box with the performance and the data and the things. But really to perform, it's deeper than just data. It really does take mind and your spirit and your heart. So moving back to Detroit in 2014 at 34 with my parents, which was really fabulous. I had no job other than coaching athletes online, but I went through obviously like a trauma response about identity. Went through divorce. Like, what does this look like? What I don't have a job. Like, what is this? And so I slowly rebuilt myself, and in that process, developed what I do now with my athletes and like what we do in our community. I started working at a gym here in Detroit, and helping and volunteering, and realized like it didn't match my mission and values. And I never now, after this journey, want to align with things, people or businesses and things that don't match my mission and values, because it's going to affect both of us. It's not going to help anybody. It's going to change the energy and the performance of people, even around you. So I walked away, started a pop-up triathlon training group out of my Subaru, traded my Subaru in for a Sprinter van. The Sprinter van then became our mobile triathlon training group. Then we were popping up everywhere, and we needed to grow. We needed brick and mortar. So We opened May 2016 in one of the oldest bank buildings in Michigan in West Village, where my grandparents met, because we do need to go back to our roots. And that allowed me to have more healing, right?
Mm.
And so we opened in May 2016, and then here we are, 6.5 years later, 2 years of a pandemic, a lot of chaos, with a really beautiful community that's focused on using movement and community to help you be a vehicle of change. So getting people moving, getting people connecting, using strength training and triathlon and running, wherever you are in your fitness journey, to achieve whatever it is for you. It's some people that have come into the gym never have worked out in their life. But we've created a safe space where they can be vulnerable, and they can connect and they can move their body. And it's amazing what it does. And do we have people who do Boston and go to Kona and all these things? Absolutely. They're all in the same class. And that's very unique, because that's not something I would have probably done as a pro athlete 10, 15 years ago, because I would have been like, I need my pro athletes in Boulder. And that I missed out on a lot of lessons, probably staying in my box. So this stretches people and helps people heal. And I think that's this, right? As we become into our 40s and this perimenopause, menopause, like we become wiser, and we need to share that wisdom, right? So that's where we are.
It's so fascinating. I think, we have such similar stories and understanding. And one thing that we experienced was this emphasis of, well, let the data tell you. Like the data is supposed to say. So we're gonna come back. So where I'm gonna take you in this conversation is we're gonna go back to let the data tell you, and what that was like, and what you know now, and how it is that you bring that whole mind, body, spirit into your community. So bring us and share with us a little bit more about this mentality, because we're getting in deeper. It's taking a lot of consciousness or I believe, or what I see is like, we've got more data than we ever had. So when we were training, I mean, we both retired in 2013. There's just so much more now. You can be tracking 100%. Blood. We can be tracking like to the minutia of so much. And while that is incredibly powerful, what do you want to say to people about the training experience and what you see now? Because you're still aware of these things, and yet the power that you have is saying, yeah, but now I get something different. And I mean, this is one of my, core to my business as well. It's just like, yeah, let's use the data, but this is not the story of you.
No, I think the key thing that I would say is, somewhere along the line, I lost the joy of moving my body, and the gift that is wellness to like perform, that I was given a gift to go fast. And within all that data, I got so wrapped up and so lost, and we didn't have all this stuff. Also, we didn't have social media. So I couldn't be comparing myself on a constant basis on my phone and scrolling. If I had Instagram when I was racing, it would have changed. It would have changed a lot of us, I think. At least we got some grounding in just like doing our best and not comparing, because we couldn't see what everyone was doing every single day in their little Insta stories. But I think,
and how happy they all looked. I mean, there's so much here though, like for every single person. Yeah, we're talking about what it was like back in the day.
Like this is for everyone's life. Like, we perform in life. How do we achieve our goals? How do we move forward in our job? How do we heal from some trauma that we've experienced? Like, how do we be better humans in general? And if we are core, if there's not joy, like I do that checklist. Like, is this something that's like pulling me down? Is it something that's making me happy? Like, changing my mindset of like, I felt like when I retired, I lost myself. Like, do I need to run every day? Do I need a bike? What? It was cool to like step back and go, what do I want to do? And what movement feels good? Yes, to be a pro athlete, we have to push through certain things. But for all of us every day now, like everyday athlete, those who love to move, evaluate where you are. Like, some days we should just walk. There's many days now that I just walk uphill on a treadmill, and that feels so good. And then the next day I feel inspired to move, and maybe that's a jog. But um, kind of taking away some of the data and leaving space for that joy, you're actually going to perform better, right? That's what I think.
Absolutely. No, because it allows you to come into the story and understanding that movement is not dictated by the schedule.
Yeah, I'm so addicted to my schedule and my performance thing and my workout plan. And if it didn't go right, and if it, I didn't even know how to manage and handle these feelings and these things. I mean, I will say this, being an Ironman athlete has made me a very good business owner, because like the grit and the ability to endure hardship, great, but to a fault, because I still sometimes forget to rest, because I can go harder because I've been conditioned my entire life to go 8 hours a day of training, right? But I know that about myself, and I have checklists to be like, do you need a nap? Like, where is my heart rate? Some of the data I still use to make sure I'm good. But
so tell us
choose
now,
wisely.
yeah. So tell us now how you bring this into the space. So it's one of the things that's super cool, and it's what I know makes triathlon such a unique sport, is that you could be on the same race, the same race course, as a professional, as a recreational person, and that is such joy. But you've brought that to another step and said, let's all like be together. We can actually be stronger together, literally, like physiologically, we can be stronger together. And I want to hear two things. I want to hear about that just within the environment of your gym, but also I want to bring Detroit into this a little bit, because it's such a fascinating place that I think that we can learn something about. And who are the people of Detroit, and how are they showing up into this space that you've created?
So I think that was really my main focus when I started, and still is that Detroit has been voted twice the most unhealthy, unhappy, stressed out city in America. And it's by Wallet Hub. There's all this research and checking on all the qualities of life. And I guess, depending on Chicago, it's the most Black city in America. The poverty level, it's the things you maybe see in the movies is what you want to judge my city. But every person deserves the ability to take care of themselves and the basic human things like water and shelter and food. But I think we need to go beyond that, and wellness. So instead of having to deal with a lot of healthcare things and debt and all these things, like, why don't we teach people to be well and make elite training and the science that I know accessible to everybody, right? And so, to the best of my ability, on a day-to-day basis, that's what we do. We teach people movement prep. We teach people foam rolling. We teach strength training. We do wellness and life coaching, all within the hour class, 30 classes a week. We're $100 a month for that. If I was in the suburbs, we could charge $400 a month. But that's not my mission, my values. The staff that I have been here with me for 6 to 8 years and haven't left. The core people, they all have unique stories as to why they've gotten into coaching. And that's important to me. It's about changing lives through movement. And more than ever, after a pandemic, people don't know how to connect with one another, and people need friendships. People are scared to join back into community. So it's been really beautiful to see what's grown from this, right? So everybody deserves to learn these things, or have the space to go to learn these things. We have rec centers, but they don't have all the services and strength training equipment. So we do kettlebells, all free weights. So TRX, we have rowers, we have bikes, boxes. I started all of this with mini bands and TRX. So it's not complicated. We keep it as simple as possible, so it's not overwhelming. We walk you through it. Class sizes are 12 people, so it's intimate. And then we created an outdoor space over pandemic because we were shut down 3 times. So we have a 15-person outdoor steel shipping containers and roof, so you could also work out outside.
And this is just embedded into your whole philosophy. So what I love about what you're saying is, first, you're creating the foundation of strength.
Yeah.
And what has that been for you? Because as endurance athletes, we didn't back in the day again. Like,
No,
and then, so
for
I guess
sure.
what I'm trying to like paint a picture of is like, even I say back in the day, how we used to train, I'm using us as examples,
Yeah.
but this is how females used to train.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
how triathletes, professional triathletes used to train. It was like,
Yeah.
we all were just doing endurance or aerobic or step class or, fitness class
Yeah.
or
Yeah. I mean,
jazzercise.
heaven forbid that my legs got big or my upper
Yeah.
body. Like I'm gonna be honest, my butt has grown like 4 sizes from demoing squats all day. You don't have to do anything special. You just need to do squats and maybe dance. You know
Just
what I mean?
demo squats all day.
Excuse me, that and I just, it's interesting, the strength training I did a little bit, and looking back when I started the gym, looking back when I was racing my best and I ran, like it was almost like, I think it was a 17:45 5K. I was strength training. I was squatting heavy and I wasn't learning how to be comfortable in that strong body, right? And I'm sad that like I didn't pursue that more. And now for myself, I switched over to ultra running when I opened the gym, and was first woman in the 50K that I ran, and fifth overall. And with the strength training, I've been like injury free. I've done 12 marathons in 12 months. Like I can run so much better. I'm so much stronger. I don't get injured from strength training, and not even a lot, right? Like for me, I do 3 by 30 minutes, if that. Now I'm doing like 4 by 10 minutes because I have a toddler, and it still makes a difference. So strength training, especially as we get older, I want everyone to learn that it's good and healthy to be strong in your mind and in your body. So,
and that like you just like you're doing like workout snacks, but they're like full on workouts. Like
oh yeah. I mean, it's like full body in and out,
full
45
body.
minutes, but it's like, but I'm also stretching people to be like, it's really cool to see the mentality. This morning, Coach Terra, I can't do that workout. Yeah, you can. You're fine. No, I really can't. Like, that's a lot. And then like, they come and finish the workout. They're like, I really actually did it in the allotted time. I said, yeah, I believe in you. Like, you can do this. Like, so there is mental training that we're teaching, like to believe in yourself beyond what you think you're possible. Because I see it in you. I want you to see it in you. Right.
So let's talk about a little bit more about the community aspect and what that transformation of people that are coming into your space look like. And what I want to be conscious of is that not everybody's going to move to Detroit to come to your garage, but how what's accessible. And you are starting to bring more virtual in, as many businesses are, to have that balance or to have that opportunity for your own clients that go away or do something, or want to keep in touch with the community. And how is it that you really have fostered that soulful like team environment, or is it just exuding out of you because of who you be and what you're attracting?
I mean, I think it starts there, right? Like it's contagious. Like our spirit and the energy that we put out is contagious. So if we are putting out what we believe and we're sharing that message, like people of like minds will gravitate to that, and they'll stay for however long they need that message. So that's kind of why I use social media to constantly share, like, you are bold, you can do these things. We do hard things, we keep going. Crap will hit the fan, but you keep going. And then within class, we're doing that within the messaging and the encouraging with our athletes. And then I see it within each other, like now people are starting to meet and hold each other accountable to meeting for class and going out to eat. And you plant the seed and it grows. And to have community grow, we do free workouts. So like reaching out a little and helping people feel comfortable. Like if you don't want to pay, like we have this free workout once a month, and we've done it for 6 years, even in the pandemic, online. We do food after, because food and having a meal and breaking bread together really helps too, and having coffee. So you work out for an hour, we hang out for an hour. Most people will stay for like way longer and sit and talk on the floor. And right, like where do you go when you're older to make friends if you don't go to the bar, if you don't go to Sans, So a gym is a safe place, and everyone can find this where they are. It's just looking for key things, and it's looking for the messages that the gyms are sharing. It's looking at their social media and seeing, because I want all bodies to come. Everyone's welcome. So check their social media, see the story they're sharing, the photos they're sharing. And you'll be able to feel it out. Try a class, community work is important.
I think it's a really important message to share out, because we have like a lot of females have, they know that they want to. They are getting the message that.
Sorry, that is my dog and the mailman. We'll be right back.
Okay, so that was your dog. Okay, so now we're going to continue. So it's important because we have this, we might feel like we're ready, and then it's work to find the spot, and it's work to find the community that is aligned with you. And you started this conversation. I think I want to end there too, is really coming into that, being aligned, not just with the physiologic, you want to have a responsible strength trainer, and you want to have somebody that knows how to stretch you and grow you, and in that way, but also in a way of soul and in mind, because it's as important as we learned, and as we are now both putting out into the world. Like you are not just your body, you are the whole, you're the whole thing. You're the most amazing
the
human.
whole package, right? And like, you don't want to just work on one part. We have this saying on our wall that says rebuild one part at a time, and that's your car, right? And you don't build your car from just the engine here, and then you put windows on like that. You can't build it that way. So start inside with your heart and soul. Figure out your why and like what you're doing, and build from there. And like, your coach should understand that like life happens, right? Like your kids get sick, your job, you got this. We need to learn to navigate that, and your coach and your trainer should help you with that and be understanding and hear and see you.
Yeah. Well, so you have a gift for everyone that wants to, be like, I got to check this community out. Like, I want to see somebody do Detroit, amazingness, and want to come and join you. So it's a virtual session. Can you just share a little bit about that for anybody who wants to touch base with you?
Yeah, there's two things I put in there that you could do a 15-minute consult with me. So like wellness coaching, just kind of navigating your why, and like maybe helping you even find a place within your city. So we can kind of go online and look together. Or I can also just give you a virtual workout. There'll be a link that they'll give you. I can send you information, and I'll send you the virtual class. Most of our classes, there's about 20 that we do live virtual streaming. There's maybe 2 people on the virtual. It's very intimate. You can keep your camera on or not, but you'll be doing the same class with everybody, and the coach will walk you through it. But we just want to get more people moving and share our message. So I would love to hear from people.
Oh, so cool. All right. I have 3 rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What is one thing that you are so excited about learning right now?
I am so excited about learning my social media. Took a class or purchased a class on how growing my social media, get my message out, because I want to get this message out in a bigger way and share it better, improve that. So that's like the biggest thing right now.
So great. That's so not what
personal development, Personal development.
I know, it's so awesome. Well, it's really, I love the way, and like, I'm glad that you're getting it out there, because we need more of like you rather than quick fixes and annoying.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So true.
What is one thing that you're truly grateful for right now?
My son.
Yeah.
My son. I'm grateful to be a mom. We get teary-eyed.
Yeah. Do you want to just tell the world just a one little thing about your beautiful baby boy?
Yeah, he's 2. He comes to work with me because childcare is really expensive in Detroit. So he comes to work with me almost every day. 1.5 days I have help. But during the pandemic, I became a mom through adoption. So that was really crazy because no one could come and help. But he is my little soulmate, and his joy. I mean, if you think I'm a joyful person, well, his joy is contagious. He's a happy soul, can already do burpees and lift 20 pounds. So he's probably going to be 6'5".
And he can eat his mama under the table.
Yes. But I think my message in that is that it's never too late. to go after something. So I didn't think I was going to be a mom. I became a mom at 40. It may look different, but it may actually be even better than what you could imagine. So leaving space for that. Leaving space for that.
Yeah. Oh, it's just amazing. Okay. And what is one principle that share your one principle that you live by?
Being bold. That no matter what, every day I walk out the door and I'm going to be bold, whether that's dealing with a crisis, whether that's loving people when it's hard. That's been just really what has kept me going, is being bold.
Oh, thank you so much, Terra, for coming and giving us some time here and sharing your story. It's incredibly powerful. I hope everybody that's listening to this will follow you and just take that infectious, bold energy and just bring it out to the world, and also demand it for themselves.
Absolutely. That's the key here.
Yeah, like say, I am worth it. I'm going to find my community. I'm going to find where I can be seen as an incredible possibility.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited to meet everybody. Please message.
Please message. All right. Thank you, Terra.